I'm crazy, Captain.
Yes.
I'm not. Easy going right there. Look at him. One more to go. I'm crazy, Captain.
Yes.
I'm nasty, Captain. Bro, what? Yes.
I had to get rid of him.
He was being toxic.
Every time he does this every day, man.
Why are you unbanning him? Just keep him
I don't
banned,
know,
Like,
bro. Man.
Go. One more to go.
Welcome everybody to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. I am your solo conductor in today's adventure of high-tier VRML action. 2 teams that have climbed to the Diamond Division at the start of Season 12. Blackwatch and Pantheon duking it out against each other today. The map pool has changed. We have new custom maps available, new downpour maps available in that rotating map pool, and variety is at its peak right now. Taking a look at the match history of Blackwatch, they are actually on a 3-game win streak, coming off the backs of wins off of Entity, KFOT, and Blaze. 3 solid teams to come out with W's on top. Their recent loss and only loss to the Vanquirs all season long. So definitely a squad that has been playing well and deserves to be up where they're at right now in Season 12. They're going to be challenged by the likes of Pantheon. We've dropped into several casts of theirs so far this season, and they have challenged the likes of Hell from Above, Animal House, and Dark Tidings, losing all of those matchups. They're actually only winning against Hell from Above. So they have a 1-for-2 win streak, 1-for-2 rank. Oh gosh, what is it? They're 1-for-2 on casted matches, and so we'll see if the pressure gets to them again here today as they go to face off against Blackwatch. Taking a look at our pick bands on the afternoon. Coming in from Blackwatch, we have the Hook ban, a new addition to that custom map pool. And over on Pantheon side, we have Downfall being banned out. And we're going to see some new bans, some new map picks. This next few weeks is going to be very exciting as we are now sort of settled into our MMR. In week 6, we're really getting a good lay of the land. Who is in our top 10? It's mostly the usual suspects, but also a couple of unfamiliar faces. And so very exciting to be dropping in and catching the action here for what is the second day of week 6, the second day of having these new maps in the rotation. And coming out the gate, map 1 is going to be a map that I haven't seen played in what feels like a long time, probably because I don't think it wasn't in the map pool. Bazaar being selected here to kick things off. A mostly close quarters map. Could be fun to cast. And I will let the teams know that we are ready to go for the start of map number 1, Blackwatch versus Pantheon. Blackwatch on Marsoc, Pantheon on Volk. The active rosters, you'll see right here. Over on Blackwatch's side, we have Nomad, Brandon J1s, Jay Welch. Noto now. Noto now, there it is. Murphy, the Maniac, Lego for Days, Freak, Jester, Absent-Minded Prof, and Parkwin all playing together here for our first round of Bazaar. Getting that far northeast spawn and kicking it off with the Humvee objective. We'll see what kind of early action we get ourselves into. Right out the gate, Freak could have identified the cross from Noto now. That could be information for Absent-Minded Prof, and already shots ringing in. Freak also finding Brandon up through the center. A very good start for this team right now. Take a look at Freak's position as they are the most pushed forward and could be running into Nomad very shortly. If they do sit on that stairwell, they could also go down, but Freak tucks in and should be safe from that flanking wrath. Over on the other side, Murphy actually catches one deep into objective building. A great pick that allows them to cross without any smoke. Freak is trying to rotate back and check this angle, but Nomad has also pushed up behind them. A good bit of a little split here as Blackwatch try and even the odds back down to 3-3 before they make their move towards objective 2. Again, being split down here into the east and the one remainder over there in the west. Meanwhile, the defense set up for that late push. Jester committing to that south side, as is no one else really. Just Jester watching that south angle. They do have Freak, who's in a bit of an off-meta spot and could watch across from that corner, but that's not the position that they're here for. They are instead going to be watching for Nomad. And maybe even potentially getting aggressive here and challenging Nomad. Absent-Minded Prof's going to find the kill. That's going to be a big pickup. Now what is this push going to look like for Blackwatch? It's going to come down to Murphy and Jay Welch syncing up on their entry from this east side. Getting past Jester going to be very important.
Confirmed.
I do apologize if there is any audio issues. Jay Welch almost has the kill on to Freak as they rotate out and tries to transfer. Absent-Minded Prof. Meanwhile, Murphy the Maniac catches one out. On the other side, Welch gets rid of Freak, and we're into a 2v2. Huge picks on the edges open up this opportunity for this duo. Welch has dropped their tablet. They're going to have to pick that up. But Park's tucked in, as is Absent-Minded Prof. Looking for anything on that angle. They could easily be scooped up by Jay Welch here. Oh, and that's a good smoke. Not going to deny full vision, though. And as Welch throws a smoke there, Park readjusts. I wonder if they're communicating to each other, because Welch could easily find this angle, and there it is. Welch picks up one. That opens up the entry here for Murphy the Maniac, and Park has to come crashing back to make sure nobody's punching in the code, and as they push forward, almost getting down in there, Murphy actually just puts shots through the smoke, and Park connects through the smoke, swings wide, finds Welch in a double. That saves Pantheon as they take around 1-0. Just barely getting away with that one there. But Pantheon do take a point, go up 1-0. Let me double check on any of the audio issue. Make sure nothing's happening. Nomad, Brandon J1s, J Welch. Noto now. Sounds okay. Anyway, let me know if there's any audio issues. We'll see if we can make any adjustments. But for now, I think we'll just appreciate you all tuning in and hanging out here for the first few rounds of this matchup. Pantheon and Blackwatch duking it out. Tier teams in the VRML in that Diamond division. And back into the action we go. Round number 2 as Blackwatch go on defense. Pantheon on the attack. We'll see if there's going to be any early picks sent out or if Blackwatch are going to be able to set up. Seems like they're going to go for some sort of risky rotations or some sort of risky defensive setup. Could involve crossing the street, something like that. We'll see what Nomad ends up going with here as they do, yeah, commit to that street cross and are not going to find any trouble for it. They could, however, run into this full team. Oh, no, they missed that initial cross. And as they tuck in, Freak is able to get an angle down onto this lane. So it's going to be a bad peek for the likes of Nomad as Freak is set up and waiting. Finds one right away. And the rest of this team is charging in onto the west side. Comes out, absent-minded Prof sticks around, and No Toe cuts down 2 through the smoke. They won't know that they have those kills, though, as Park tries to suppress out. The other side, Jester rotating in. They get scooped up. Lego for days could be up next on the hit lich for Jay Welch. This Pantheon is down to 2 very fast. Welch saw that peek, and Lego crosses to no success. Park Wim all alone, and they have an accurate kill count. As the smoke dissipates, Noto sees that there's 2 dead. So it's all up to Park, giving their location away. Definitely going to be tough to work out here, but it happened before. I've seen 1v4s in this game, and so we'll see what Park can muster up. Oh no, they get caught out in the woods. Take 1 shot. Noto can't connect all the way, though.
That shit.
Oh, and he can't get back in time. Welch applies the pressure. With that accurate kill count, they can do something like that, and so Blackwatch tie it up 1 apiece here in map 1. Yeah, that is an interesting point. I'm curious what Murphy is doing on this team here today. Usually Murphy the Maniac is on Murphy's Maniacs. I don't think anything's happened to that team, so maybe you can sub roster players. I don't know the full extent of the rules. I'm not a moderator. I don't enforce them, but they are certainly playing for Blackwatch. They've got 4 kills on the day so far, keeping Blackwatch close at least in those early rounds. We'll now see as Jay Welch found a couple of kills last round. Who is going to be the standout shooter next for Blackwatch? Go back into the action for round 3.
It does taste a little like vomit, but that's not really the point. 55, 89, 379.
Pantheon joking, laughing.
Oh, man.
Again, having a good time. Always love to highlight teams enjoying their time playing in these games.
Alright, let's do this thing.
And then there's the refocus. Trying to lock back in as this defensive round could be action-packed fast. Fortunate enough, Blackwatch doesn't have an incredibly quick spawn, and so the least they can do, or the most they can do, is get Nomad up here this early, and it's really too late, as now Freak and Park are set up, ready for any sort of push into Kaya. There's the trade. Both dead and unresable, so no information getting conveyed to either side there. Kayat's going to be a big question mark for both teams. A bit of a hush. Take a look at the overhead, get a better idea of where this whole team is. You have the slow control taking here of the Kayat by Noto. But also, obviously, as you take a look at the overhead, you do have those two swinging in from the southeast. Another in, still kind of overwatching here.
Wait, no.
And yeah, now as they confirm, you can hear Noto now identifying it as a trade, getting the proper information. That's going to allow for Welch to drop their cover off Kayat and be able to push up and reconnect with this team. But Prof is hearing these comms and looking for anything onto Noto.
That's cool.
A little bit of a poke battle here on the east, as Murphy trying to get rid of Lego for days, holding down the blue room. Murphy also holding a very tight angle, so Lego not going to be able to challenge that effectively, and really doesn't have to. They can stay tucked in, allow this team to push in. Jester swinging in to look for a bit of a refrag angle, look for a pick, but they could end up running into the angle here of Brandon or Murphy if they continue this push over here. Oh, and they get identified. Jester tucks back, gets tagged once and says, that's enough for me. Gonna rotate back off, back into their position, but information to give. Murphy the Maniac and the likes of Brandon should be aware that there's one on that other side, and already you see the smoke coming in. Oh, the C4 placement. Lego catches Brandon trying to enter. Great C4 there. If they get overconfident on this peak, though, Murphy could potentially find a kill here, as Lego is going to go sort of scavenge. Murphy does find the angle, able to get rid of one in blue room. Jester could be up next, as this push is coming in through the center from Noto. Jester actually catches Murphy with a nade. That's going to be it for that east side. Focus now shifts to the center, as Noto has smokes deployed, and Jay Welch is finally swinging in here to reinforce. Heard the comms there. Welch looking for an accurate kill count here, and I don't know if Blackwatch has it. They work into this 2v3. The on-objective defense still here and waiting. Have not been challenged by any of the shenanigans so far this round, and Prof is just waiting for Welch to work their way up through this lane. Noto gonna swing over from the north. Jester could be the real killing point here for Pantheon if they don't rotate in. And if Welch and Noto can gain control of objective courtyard, could very well mean a cap with how far away Jester is. Oh, and Jester catches Jay Welch through the window there. A nice long-range angle. I thought Prof was going to have it, but it's not. Noto catching Jester trying to rotate back, and is now given away their position as they pre-fire the corner, almost expecting a push. And Noto calling out for any help, but there's no one there. Oh, this rotation could pay off. Absent-minded Prof definitely aware now as those shots come in. As they're also tucked in behind those sandbags. Oh, and No-Toe catches the angle underneath the Humvee. 2 pickups for them now as they look for the third to clutch this Black Watch round. They seem to have an idea of Park's location, and those shots come in but miss. No-Toe ducks back down underneath Park's. A train here on the palm tree. 20 seconds left. Park tries to rotate out, and No-Toe clutching. Round 3 for his team. 3 kills getting locked in at the end of that round. Taking a look at chat, seeing a lot of fans coming through. We appreciate everyone that does come in and hang out and catch the action. I'm gonna stop worrying about any audio issues. It seems things are okay. I also see the question, what can we do with these channel points? From time to time, we will have betting enabled on who you think will end up becoming, be the winning team on certain maps. That's only if I remember to start the bet before the map starts. So I can try and get that going for maps 2 and 3 if folks want to wager their channel points on who they think is going to come out and be the winning team per map. Otherwise, the channel points currently don't have a ton of use, but we are exploring more ways that we can implement those channel points, different things that we can offer for those channel points. And so hopefully the channel points and what they are used for will expand as the season continues. But we're only into week 6, not even halfway there yet. And we got to get back into this action as it is a fast spawn, and Pantheon are already right on top of objective. The smokes, the flashes, control of Coyote and center. No-Toe now is able to tuck in, and they're trying to counter nade their way up and out, but angles are covered, and there's no safe exit here for No-Toe. They are tucked in. A good pickup there should ID the position for Lego as another kill coming in on that north side.
I'm gonna die. Come get free donuts. Free donuts over here. I got Swedish meatballs as well.
Duo, though, trying to push up. Parkman goes down. The Maniac holding that north side well with the LMG. Shutting down all 3 of the Pantheon offense trying to push up there. Now we're into a 2v5 as Lego for Days and Absent-Minded Prof are kind of stuck. The smoke comes in, doesn't do much but distract, and as Absent-Minded Prof tries to push in, Nomad is ready and waiting. Black Watch's defense set up for this attack. Although Lego is trying to chip away. Scoops up a Nomad and is looking for more. Jay Welch has that long line and a good 3/4 peak, so going to be a hard one to root out. Brandon's in the dark and Murphy's rotating back, so Lego definitely looking at a 1v3. I don't really know if there's going to be an easy 1-2-3 pattern here for them to pick up, especially as they push out here. Fortunate for them that Welch doesn't connect. They can't dodge everyone. Murphy gets aggressive. Black Watch up 3-1 on map number 1. It is their map pick. Always important to remember that our Black Watch most comfortable on this map. And clearly Murphy also very comfortable. Up 8-2 on a KD feed. Really coming out and putting up quite a few kills for Bazaar. The rest of Pantheon spread out on their kills, but no one positive on their KDs, and it's clearly why we have the 3-1 scoreline that is present now. See what Pantheon can do here, though. They're not out of this yet. They have a defensive round ahead of them on a new objective. And I say they're not out of this, but this objective historically very hard to defend. Kayat is a super tough objective to properly defend. And so Blackwatch are set up for a 4-1 map 1 win here. But at this level, you know, anything's possible. These teams very resilient. Pantheon not likely to make this easy. To get back into the action, we'll see what Pantheon can do with their backs against the wall, down 3-1. They got to even that scoreline. 1 win, 2 losses on cast. They need to get that up to 2-2. So
then you'll look stupid.
That'll never happen.
Freak actually talking about the disable code there, something that I've never seen happen in VRML. And everyone's set up and waiting on Pantheon. Good cross angles. The only trouble is, of course, is they're really a lot of eyes on this center area. The fountains well covered by this Pantheon defense, but their flanks very much open. Parkwim could go down to a long rotation from the likes of Murphy if they do decide to commit all the way over here to the north. Although they do seem to have that angle covered by Jester. It's just a late angle. The other side that's potentially weak is this west entry, and so their edges not exactly strong, and it looks like Blackwatch are setting up to hit those edges. They have 2 on each side with 1 still in the center, and it's just going to be a matter of setting up and timing on the execution for Blackwatch as they get everybody into position on those outside spots and then try and collapse around at the same time, supporting one another, trying to pick off defenses, the defense rotating to cover any potential picks. And so going to be maybe a few minutes at that before we get into this final few minutes of round 5. I have to do the math quick in my head.
No.
Again, this north push. Taking it slow, working their way up, trying to connect with the east push, and Murphy pretty much right in line. The only trouble is the potential for a team kill.
There's one in the north. It looks like he's far north. Oh, that was you son of a bitch.
And all the comms that were necessary right there. Knowing getting called out by his own teammate and then recognizing that they were the killer. Oh, and apologies as we lose audio there. Hopefully we'll solve that, but still have the gameplay here. There we go. Sound back. Murphy's rezzed, and Blackwatch are ready for their push. That line not quite getting Parkwim. They are actually tucked in very tightly, so going to be hearing, actually, should be hearing the footsteps of Murphy Maniac behind them, and there's the turn. Now they're watching that north entry potentially. They're also hearing Brandon in front of them. An absent-minded prof finding a big pickup onto that second story, not having anybody spot them through those doorways. Nomad, Noto now not able to get in the angle. That does cut off one element of the pinch. The rest in the north and Brandon. And with the minute 50, they're going to eventually have to push up here. And Brandon can't do that from the stairs. Find one, though. Brandon finds the second. Park goes down, but is resable. A 1 for 2 sets things back into a 3v3. Noto and the rest of this offense pushing in now off of the chaos with a minute 25 left. They're not going to allow these reses to come through, so we're into a 3v3 as Absent-Minded Prof hunts for any sort of angle there. A kill from J-Wells at the center, a double, makes it down to just one. Jester, the only defender, able to at least get rid of one. Tries to swing around and connect with Welch up through the center and can't do it. Welch finds 3 as Blackwatch take map 1 4-1. A very solid performance from them on Bazaar. That last push, very well executed. Even after losing 1, you get that res off of the team kill. And from there, the push is exactly what you would expect. They hit it from all the different angles. 1 up through the center, 2 in from that west side, 1 from the east. It causes chaos, and then the defense has to rotate. When they're trying to rotate to defend from these other angles, that's when it really benefits to become surrounding that objective from all sides. You find those kills, and Welch found all of those kills inside objective as everyone was trying to panic and defend. And Blackwatch snag a map. We now go to map number 2. So I'm going to hypothesize. I don't know where we're actually headed, so I'm just going to throw up a random map here, Abandoned. But we will see where our next map is. I believe it's going to be a custom map, but I'm not sure what the new custom maps are in the rotation. Looks like it's going to be Arctic. Map number 2. Go ahead and update that. This is one I have not seen. Looks to be small, close quarters, a few long lanes. And I have seen this played in the custom map tournament, I believe, way back when. So a long time since I have set eyes on an Arctic battle. But should be exciting. Again, the variety of these next few weeks is going to be really interesting to watch as teams, you know, likely pick into maps that they are hoping will surprise their opponent. You know, Pantheon have this as their map pick, and they very well could have been, you know, practicing this one throughout the, you know, through scrims or however, and have a more experience and strategies than Blackwatch does. We'll have to see. As Pantheon are going to be going on the attack, Blackwatch will start defense. I'm looking at the rosters. I'm not seeing any subs come in on either side. So both 5 from both sides still playing. And yeah, I wish I could tell you more about Arctic, but there's just no information. If that's how it is for me, that's how it is for these teams as well. They don't have any information on how each other like to play this map. So they're going to be coming in to Arctic here, both teams a little blind. It'll be a really interesting assessment of overall map knowledge and how much these squads have played this map. I wouldn't be surprised if we even hear some talk about different spots or different lanes as people are actively learning about Arctic. But at the same time, these two teams are diamond in the VRML, and so you know, you can kind of expect a certain level of knowledge of the game. And I'm sure that they have played plenty of times Arctic here on both sides. Obviously, Pantheon picking into it, so that means that they are comfortable with it over what is a ton of other maps that are in this pool that teams have had lots of time to play. So excited, to say the least, to see this duel. It's like my first time tuning into Abandon. Right away, I liked that one, so no more waiting around as map 2 kicks off with round 1. Pantheon on the offense, Blackwatch on defense. See what we get as we kick things off on this far south side OBJ. Oh, and out the gate, Park connects with 2. C4 comes out, and Nade gets tossed up and over. Goes a little bit too far. As Freak goes down, the duo's here. Nomad is able to pop up and catch 1, and the chaos rolling out in the first 30 seconds. The smoke is out. Freak is here on objective, and it's Snake. They're thrown with their tablet out. No catches 1 over the top and another. As everybody starts to crash towards that objective to shut it down. Blackwatch with a few team kills to round it off. Take that round. Nomad ending negative, but fast pace to say the least. Who gets that point? Blackwatch, boom. I do like to see Pantheon going for that cap. It shows a good understanding of this map, and I guess to that point, Blackwatch also coming out the gate there with those early long-range picks down that middle lane. Good coverage on the edges, the C4 placements, just a nice defense there in that tight corridor. But the smoke play was there. The tablet was out right next to the car. Just couldn't enter in the code in time before those bullets connected. And if they had just tucked in, there really could have been 2 points in Pantheon's hands right now, but as instead Blackwatch up 1-0 just barely. We'll see if they can hold on to that as we go back into the action for round number 2. Pantheon switching over to the defensive side and now have to weather the storm of Blackwatch. Bit of a different rollout from the likes of Blackwatch. Park tucking in onto the objective side, guaranteeing no cap coming through on the objective right away, at least. Also, this tucked in position paying off interestingly as Murphy can't catch Park over the top there. Meanwhile, Jester getting very aggressive, connects with 2. A great pickup there by the likes of Brandon. Freak's going to confirm that with C4. Blackwatch picked off here as Nomad tries to get around on the other side of the objective. Jester seemingly reading this, swinging around, and Arctic quickly becoming known to be very fast-paced. Pretty easy to identify that just off the size, but good play from Jester, catches Nomad out, and just like that in the first minute, Blackwatch down to just 2. Murphy the Maniac gets aggressive and actually passes Jester. It sounds like the noise of the generator muffling the footsteps of Jester. And of course now the risk of Jester on this flank is that they end up getting killed by their team. Instead, Jester able to find Welsh. Murphy the Maniac keyed into this position now and does see Jester cross, misses those shots. Jester keyed into that position. Does it turn in time? No, Murphy will finally get the refrag. The comeback begins here with Murphy, though, as Lego hears these footsteps, has the tablet out, tries to take those shots. Murphy identified on that cross. 320 left. Murphy has a lot of time to work with, though. They're just kind of poking and prodding at this defense, seeing what is where, and it's definitely going to be the easiest route to objective will be from this east side. We'll eventually run into the likes of Freak and Park, but gonna get them the farthest. Maybe even absent-minded Prof, depending on the angle they're holding here. Yeah, Murphy is going to continue to rotate. Again, eventually right into Freak's line, so gonna have to be ready for someone to be defending here. Oh, and they're looking for it. They actually might be able to see the toes of Freak. There's the shots, the trade. Freak's still alive off of it, too, as Blackwatch lose their Marsoc round. And we go tying things up one apiece. Pantheon doing a good job of preventing Blackwatch from running away there with, again, a 2-0 lead on their map pick. They now go back on the attack, and we did see a good cap attempt from them once already. So if I'm Blackwatch, I definitely am concerned about another cap attempt coming in here from Pantheon. With a map like this, it really does feel like chaos, smokes, flashes are going to pay dividends. A 30-second push could be very successful, like we almost saw for Pantheon. This could be 3-0 right now in Pantheon's favor if they had punched in that code in time. Instead, we are tied up one apiece. And we shift objectives, but are still sort of over on that corner. Of course, depending on where they end up spawning in, going to determine how quick of a pacing we really do get on this objective in particular. But looking at this objective, I don't think it can be capped from inside. Doesn't seem like there is an easy access point to get up onto that corner, so has to be capped out here, but even out here, plenty of ways to deny vision to several different lines of sight. So I think every objective on this map is going to be a wild one, to say the least. As we go into round number 3 on map 2, we'll see what Blackwatch do on defense. Pantheon spawning all the way over at that helipad, so probably the farthest away you can get on Arctic. Pacing, though. So much confidence there from Lego as they push forward here. Understanding different defensive angles. Nomad able to catch one. But Lego continues their push here. Welch is dialed in, but Freak is swinging the corner. Freak finds 2, actually, as they finally get picked up from the back by Brandon. A trade on the other side as absent-minded Prof scoops up Murphy the Maniac. We're into a 1v2. Brandon, the lone defender. And as they pick up their tablet, I'm sure they become aware of this. Lego now going to pop up. Oh, no, doesn't hear the footsteps. And Brandon able to fly past Lego and defend objective unscathed for now. And I said for now because it's definitely going to be a tough one to defend there on that exposed corner. Eventually they get identified, and Pantheon put up a Marsoc round, taking the lead here for the first time in the series as they go up 2-1 on map 2. Again, their map pick, and so they can write the odds here. If they can right the ship, so to speak, take a map 2 4-1. We got an exciting map 3 decider. That is Blackwatch's choice, but I don't know where we're going for it. Again, I'm not even quite. I haven't brushed up on the rotated map pool and what it is. I'll just know that it has rotated and changed. It'll be something I need to do. Anyway, a solid start for Pantheon, to say the least. Like I said, 2-1, finally their first time taking the lead, and they now go on that defense on the corner. And I imagine we're going to see a bit more of an aggressive defensive setup. Maybe even some pushing in here towards this carport, or towards this car garage area. Just because we saw it flashed and naded from the likes of Blackwatch. And so with that same helipad spawn, the timing going to be very similar if Blackwatch decide to go full pedal to the metal like Pantheon did. Freak takes up one corner case, Lego another, and actually not too extended here. Actually very tucked in, as they have Park on objective, both Jester and Absent-Minded Prof in this corner. Take a look at the overhead. Blackwatch also not applying full force like Pantheon were out the gate. Taking a little bit more time to ensure that they don't get pushed or counter pushed, clearing out their different angles. Ooh, and smokes well placed. Open up an angle here for Welch to get the first kill on a Freak in the center. The rest of the team now starting to pinch around. Jester likely to run into some action soon enough. They have that also high angle from the likes of Absent-Minded Prof. As Welch comes in through the center, the push coming in from the other side. Jester able to deny at least one, but the smoke does get there to Prof. So Absent-Minded Prof going to be shut down a little bit here. Another smoke up to the rooftop doesn't go as far as they wanted, I'm sure. But a lot of smokes getting dished out here by Blackwatch. Lego just looking for anyone here on these corners. Gets identified by the Maniac, and they're going to continue to hold a trade up through the center. I don't know what the plan is here for Blackwatch, but it's a little bit out of sync. Really just kind of hunting for picks as Noto swings out after the smoke dissipates. Both Park and Prof still tucked in, and that's going to actually be the death of Park. On objective battling now is Lego identifying Noto. Absent-Minded Prof still super exposed. Can't find this line as Noto is crouched down behind the Escos. There's the trade. We're into a 1v2. Absent-Minded Prof all alone. And the swing is coming in from Welch. They do identify the defender there, and not much hope for Absent-Minded Prof as Blackwatch pinch in on the final defender. We're tied up 2 apiece. Map number 2 certainly coming out and delivering in the fast-paced action. Bazaar was quick as well, but I don't think we've had a round to go over 2.5 minutes yet. The last round might have been the longest, but we now switch objectives and head on over to the opposite side of the map. far southwest corner, and we'll see how this is defended and attacked. The warehouse objective inside. And it's us tuning in to the unexpected. Much unlike these two teams, we are seeing some very calculated maneuvers here, some plays trying to come through. You can see on when you're watching that overhead in those setup phases, these teams positioning and posturing for their attack and just trying to string together the right approach, the right tactical way of attacking. And Pantheon have done that, but they've also played it very quickly, kind of excelling on their map knowledge and the chaos that they are able to orchestrate. We'll see if they can get another Marsoc round, as they were the first to do so on this map, but still a close back and forth, so every round not going to be easy, every round going to be a battle. Oh, and a quick series of flashes tied in with an early kill from the likes of Freak set this offense up nicely. Welch's position also now given away as they miss those shots onto Freak. Nomad able to even the odds a little bit. Park goes down, Freak goes down, and the confirm should get submitted here as Lego for Days is pushing in on the other side. Gets down no-toe now. The smoke is here. Nomad doesn't connect up through that crate, and Lego still survives. A trade on the other side. No, Welch actually finds one and confirms another. Freak still not able to get that kill. We're into a 3v3. Oh, and a good kill on the Nomad under the smoke. Another over the top. Park trying to push in here off of the back of his team. Can't find it. Does find the kill onto Brandon J. Welch, the last defender alive as Park has tabbled out. Here's the footsteps, swings and finds the kill. Pantheon take the round off of the success of Park. The fans go wild in chat as Pantheon maintains their lead 3-2. Taking a look at the KDs here coming in from Murphy, 5-4, the only positive one on Blackwatch in terms of KD. J. Welch even. Over on Pantheon, Jester 7-4. Freak 6-4. Everyone else finding kills, but definitely standout shooters there so far on map 2. And we now go to the defense on this objective, and it doesn't seem like it's one that, I mean, none of these objectives seem to me to be easy. It is chaos through and through. With how close this map is and how tight these corners are, well-placed smokes do a lot. And you can smoke these main hallways, which is exactly what Pantheon did. They denied vision out of this building and then got very close and tried to enter in at the same time. A good plan that almost goes wrong. But thanks to Park, Pantheon ends up coming out ahead and go back into the action. Pantheon a round away from taking map 2. Bit of a different style coming in from Blackwatch. Again, the pacing very different from this Blackwatch team in comparison to Pantheon. Pantheon opting to go much quicker with their flashes right out the gate to get themselves into early positions. Blackwatch being a little bit more methodical on their approaches, but also saving utility, so not using it by rushing their entry. And it may still pay off as they find 2 kills, one on the one side, one on another. A 2-for-1 trade as, oh no, a team kill comes in here. Oh, it seems like Lego having some technical issues as they disconnect. An unfortunate circumstance that sets Pantheon up for a very tough sequence here as Park now alone in a 1v4. If anything, has to shut down the cap attempt. Does find one. More smokes coming in as Blackwatch set up for another push. And will they be checking at the right time? As that smoke comes, they see Nomad on the corner, at least expect them there. But Blackwatch is pushing in from all sides. Nomad is a little bit out of sync. They go down. Welch team kills Maniac. Has to get this res, puts a pause in the timing here of this push. For a moment there, they were into a 1v1. But because of that team kill, neither of these players are going to be aware of Park's location and where they got that kill. Oh, and so unless Welch sees the toes, Park has a chance, but Welch finds the Blackwatch. Takes some RSOC round of their own, and an unfortunate disconnect, putting Pantheon down an extra player. Well, I don't know how it would have gone, but either way, Blackwatch orchestrating a nice push that almost goes awry and ultimately ties things up 3-3. Oops, I didn't score wrong there. And for our final objective, we switch sides again, back to, this time, the northeast. And, yeah, I don't know what to expect with each objective. It seems... Gosh, they're all so... It's definitely an exciting close quarters map. There's a lot of... I'm enjoying watching this Arctic battle so far. I can see the tactical mindset here of fast play versus methodical. And we're seeing both find success. Pantheon has been winning with their aggression. Blackwatch have been winning, being methodical. And we'll have to see if Pantheon can end up continuing that aggression. Now when it's 3-3, and really it's a must-win round if you want to take it to a map 3 decider. Not the time to pump the brakes. Aggression has been working, so they have to kind of continue to put that aggressive foot forward. Round number 7 now. We get back into the action. See what Pantheon does on the attack. See what Blackwatch puts up on the defense. Oh, and that nade almost goes up and over. Not quite far enough. I think that flash might have connected with Nomad, but I don't think so. And so everyone here going to be safe. A trade on one side. Another kill coming in from Jester and Park, it seems. Blackwatch down to just 3 on objective. The push coming in fast and furious as No Toe able to shut down one who is nearly on objective. Jester inside the garage. Very close as smokes are here. A revive comes in on the backside. Nomad crossing through here. Jester able to get rid of one. Jay Welch coming back. We're still into a 3v3. And Chaos keeping it close, at least, for Pantheon. These smokes definitely forcing these rotations, forcing what could be potential team kills. Prof catches one. Brandon here looking for the refrag. A flash comes out around the corner. No, a smoke, and Brandon catches that kill. Meanwhile, Welch and Park very close to fighting, but not quite synced up as Jester finds the refrag up through the center. Blackwatcher down to just Jay Welch, who's found several kills so far this series, and so very capable of coming in here with a 1v2. They find one. Park goes down. Welch looking for the final kill. And they get it. Blackwatch off of the back of Jay Welch, clutching another round. 7-4 at the end of the series. I think one of the only Volk rounds locked in here on Arctic, and Blackwatch do it to take the series. An idea here of the kill-death ratio before we get into our next round. Chester 10 and 6, the only one to get up into those double digits. Lego for days with the connection problem, so there's Katie reset. That is your map 2 overall scoreline. Map 3 taking us again to more close quarters action as we go to Suburbia. The theme of speed very present here today, and one that I am all for. I do love me a good close quarters fast-paced bit of Onward, and certainly getting that here today with these map picks. Map 3 being chosen by Blackwatch as well, so goes to show you Blackwatch comfortable in the close quarters. And maybe it's why Arctic didn't necessarily go the way Pantheon was hoping. Again, they had great effort on that map. A couple of near cap, I mean, that right out the gate, the near cap attempt. Some very close rounds on defense, 1v2s, 1v1s. Really a hard fought Arctic map. So I anticipate Suburbia to be the same. Even though the series has been won by Blackwatch, we still play out the third map because the rounds won matter in terms of how much you go up or down in rank. And so even if a team's lost a series, they still do want to win this third map, for both losing and winning. And so should still see a very good competitive, fast-paced back and forth here on Suburbia. Very much looking forward to that. Looking at the rosters, not seeing any subs either. And while Arctic provided a bit of the unknown, Suburbia is a place of comfort and knowledge. A map that has been around since Onward's existence. Is that true? It might have been introduced in a patch. No, I think Suburbia was one of the first maps. I think Suburbia was one of the first maps. Yeah. Maybe a very early patch. Anyway, a map that's been around since the beginning of the game. Player is very familiar with it. A community favorite in a lot of respects. Let's see how both of these teams duke it out as we get into round 1 on map 3. I'll talk once that firing is finally done. Notos sending out a full drum mag of LMG pre-fire. All of these wood panels, these hedges, all penetrable by bullets. And so a common strategy you'll see on both defense and offense is a lot of pre-firing down these lanes to try and catch anybody rotating who's not really prepared. Blackwatch do not connect. And akin to their strategy we've seen on offense the last few rounds, they set up, wait for any counter aggression from defense, and should make their push within a few minutes' time, as they still have 5 left on the clock to work with here. I would like to hear the comms, but I think unfortunately we have the voice comm bug, so we're not hearing any comms from either team. Freak almost landing that C4 onto Nomad. Absent-minded Prof not quite able to connect on that rotation. Freak still staying tucked in and alive, and a lot of free fire again. All of those walls and berms penetrable. Blackwatch with 2 down now are setting up their attack onto this far east side. If they can get absent-minded Prof, they've got good control of this side, but it's going to require a commitment from Murphy. But look at the timing as Murphy goes out. Brandon pops up perfectly synced from Blackwatch to get that kill and open up that cross. They now have control of the east. They go for days. The lone defender of center building going toe-to-toe with No-Toe. Jester dead, but able to radio in information, and so very unlikely that Blackwatch get past this defense undetected. No-Toe moving in. Looking for the kill, but so much pre-fire actually gives their position away. That can be read by Lego. 3 now crashing in as 1 goes down. Nomad tries to cross over to the back end for a cap attempt. Can't get past it. Brandon, after suppressing, tries to go past it. Murphy goes down to Lego, who clutches the round for Pantheon with a triple. They were all alone. Jester there, but Resable and not downed, not alive, and so Pantheon just barely take that defensive round, but they do take the lead for, I believe, the 2nd time this series. Four and 1 for Lego there. Definitely a big round inside, shutting down the aggression from No-Toe, and then basically killing all 3 of those defenders trying to cross that northeast side. And it just, they were so in sync all the way up until then. It's so interesting to see at that final moment of execution, the offense kind of tunnel visions on trying to go for the cap and get into position, and does not suppress or smoke or get rid of that center house defense. I guess obviously if they did, it would have been end of round. And so maybe they were conscious of that and going for the cap, which ended up getting them all killed. I don't know. But Pantheon put 1 on the board in a bit of a stylish fashion with Lego clutching it. We'll see if they can get up 2-0 on Blackwatch's map pick as we go into round 2. Different style of push. Nades and utility utilized over suppressive fire to get up into their early positions. No-Toe maybe considering some kind of push as Nomad gets out and aggressive. Another going down from Big Welch. Lego gets scooped up from No-Toe, and now it's all up to Freak on the edge as a team kill comes in to help Pantheon. Another kill comes through to make it 3v2, make it 3v1. Shut down by the likes of Murphy Maniac and their PKM. There's your KDs after 2 rounds. And we are tied up 1 apiece here on map number 3. This series has been super fun to tune into. And I'm seeing a question there from Isacule. There are custom maps. We actually just played one. Arctic is a map made by one of the community members. And so, yeah, we do incorporate, I believe it's 3 custom maps and 5 downpour interactive maps per map pool rotation. And so, you know, 3 times throughout the season, or I guess technically twice throughout the season, the map pool changes. And we add new custom maps in, take some out, and, you know, add different DPI maps in, take some out. It's a great way to keep the season fresh and really avoid playing the same maps for 15 weeks. It adds a lot of variety, which I love to be a spectator to. It really does make the game very, I would say, substantially more interesting to have the option for custom maps and to have that map pool. So very cool that we started doing that several seasons ago, and ever since I've been enjoying having these custom maps. But Suburbia is not one of them. It is a map, again, that has been part of Onward for a very long time. Back into the action we go, as we have round number 3 kicking off with Pantheon on the defense. And already a kill coming in as Absent-Minded Prop dumps some rounds. Again, through all of these penetrable different bits of cover. And with this objective as well, you just get instant chaos. And I don't even know if Absent-Minded Prof is aware they have that kill, or got that kill. They just shot through the shrubs and found one. Oh, smokes come out as Welch going to be ready for Prof to be this far forward in front of the smoke. Yes, it does seem like Welch identified Prof there, and Prof can't stick around too much longer, or Welch is going to find the pick. More pre-fire through these walls, trying to get rid of anybody getting aggressive. Trade up through the center, and it looks like a team frag. Maybe, oh, there's their own C4 downing them. Jester not confirming his teammate, and also finding Murphy the Maniac. Sets up Pantheon for a 3v2 if Jester can get the res. 4v2. Oh, as Jester checks, Welch pops up, finds access to that kill. Pantheon not going to get that res, and so we're into a 2-2. Both Welch and Nomad pinching in on the objective, and I wonder if they're going to go for that res. I think they could res Brandon back there, but I don't know. Off of that kill, the push has to come in. Freak now alone in their defense is prone and looking for the ankles of Nomad underneath the bus, but Nomad does not apply too much pressure, and instead Freak has to survive for 3.5 minutes alone on defense. Tries to go out and get the res. Jay Welsh is ready and waiting. Blackwatch take back the lead 2-1 on map 3. While we're here, also a quick shout out to everyone tuning in. I know I've said it once, but I appreciate all of you stopping by and hanging out and participating in chat, whether you're a fan of a specific player, a team, or participating in the VRML. We appreciate you stopping by for some of this high-quality, high-tier action coming in from both Blackwatch and Pantheon. I also want to give a shout out to our sponsors. For those that don't know, the VRML is sponsored by several great VR and non-VR organizations. They help in contributing to our prize pool, which is now over $7,000 in cash and hardware. At the end of the season, we take the top 8 teams from the regular season ladder and pitch them up in a tournament. They compete for that prize pool. And so a shout out to our sponsors. They include Pro2 VR, which creates great VR stocks so you can stabilize your aim in game. A VR cover, providing great VR face covers. VR Wear, offering up cool VRML custom merch. Arma, offering up those jerseys. VRML, contributing to the prize pool. HyperX with the ads and obviously the high quality mics on broadcast. And last but not least, Border Foods, one of our newest additions. You can learn more by doing !Border Foods in chat. Action is underway, though. We got to get back into it. Already kills have come through as nades and fire is coming in through these holes in this, in all of these bushes. Tons of kills out the gate in the first 30 seconds. We missed some of it. I do apologize for that. The action was so quick. Thought it had a little bit more time, but we don't. Lego's here, finds one, can't get the kill over the top from Noto. They re-peek for the kill on a Noto. That doesn't connect. Here comes the flash. It's a good one. Wow, and it got both. But the push is not applied. Noto's going to stay there, and that's going to be their death. This Park flies in from the side. Pantheon, with speed and chaos, take another round. A trend that seems to be working for them very well here, at least on offense, as they stay close with Blackwatch, not getting them out of reach on these last 2 maps at least. That's the spiel, though. We've seen their logos and whatnot over here. Asterion also on that list. I don't think I got to them before 3 people had died. But yeah, we do have sponsors. It's an ever-growing prize pool as well. Hopefully we'll see more sponsors get involved throughout the course of this season. What else? A shout out again to all of the players too. If you want to get involved and play in the league and you're not already, you can head on over to VRML.com where you can see we actually have leagues for several popular VR titles, in particular Echo Arena, one of the largest, well, the largest VR esports community, our largest league with over 400 teams last season. Plenty of variety in terms of what you want to play there, whether it's Echo Arena, Pavlov, Onward. We offer it all over at VRML.com. So head on over to that website, check it out, follow the social medias, find out when we're going live with our next broadcasts. It's a great place for all of the information you need about the VR Master League. Blackwatch. Back into the action we go as they are on attack for round 5. Pantheon on defense, and we shift over to Red Car. I don't think we've had a less than 2-minute round. That's pace. Seems to be the same here as Blackwatch and Pantheon. Both hunt for early picks. And a relatively quick push from the likes of Blackwatch, who have been otherwise playing their rounds pretty methodically. Oh, and a nice C4 toss from Freak. Catches Nomad out. But it's not a full kill. Noto should be able to rotate and res. Off of that rotation, Freak is going to swing as well, though. That's going to catch Nomad off guard. T4 there gets Noto. Jester able to get J Welch. There's the confirm from Lego on that C4 kill. And as that revive comes in, Jester is dead and gone on this side, so going to be an easy entry. interesting. Park just dumping rounds through the wall over in the direction of the callouts from Lego. They don't connect though, and Lego's the one that actually gets the kill. Welch considering pushing in off of these smokes, and Murphy considering rotating to the other side to try and find a pick. Very tough there is Prof. Ready and waiting. Lego catches out Welsh, and true to the rounds we've had so far, a less than 2-minute round 5. Pantheon take it on defense, and back goes the lead into their favor. They've had it a few times in Arctic and now are just a point away from at least taking one map this series. Look at the overall scoreline. It is currently 7-10. The best they can do for Pantheon now is 8-10 overall, and that will definitely lighten the damage to their rank. And when you're up into this Diamond Division, it's very important because, like I mentioned, at the end of the season, we take the top 8. And so these teams are very close to breaking into that Master tier, which we consider to be the very top of the top in the VRML ratings. And a win for Blackwatch here could very much put them up against a opponent. I mean, I'm not sure. I have to take a look at their match history. I feel like they've gone up against Raptors already. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, the likes of Raptors or even Error 404, both those teams playing very well so far this season, could make for tough battles. Although I don't know. I think Error's actually an EU. But this is going to be their 4th game win in a row. And again, on the overall season, they've only lost one match. They are 6-1 on the season, which is fantastic. So really positioning themselves as a top-tier team. Blackwatch playing very well in Season 12. Oh no, a team kill. Oh no, and a full kill. Pantheon starting off rough. Has free headshots right away, his own team. The nade from Jester actually catching J Welch is big. That res should be doable. Noto catches one as soon as they find that kill. The flash up and over comes in, and Jester suppressive fire and rotates, able to get across from out underneath Noto. Noto here's Lego trying to swing around and pulls up a tablet instead of a rifle. Jester able to get the kill. Blackwatch down to 3, as is Pantheon, but won by their own hand. Park going to continue the swing here, maybe able to catch 1 or 2 rotating off of their defense. Oh, wow. Brandon actually getting picked up. That's a big one for the likes of Jester. It opens up entryway onto this east side. Going to make it tough for Murphy to cover in. Now Nomad has to watch both ends because they don't have a concrete hold on that side. Oh, but there's the rotation. There's the coverage. Murphy in a position I've never seen to watch all the way into that deep angle. Nomad getting aggressive. Pays off for him as he finds another kill. And Lego just listening to these footsteps. Trying to track the likes of Nomad. Murphy gets Park. Pantheon have their backs against the wall. Lego is alone here, and Nomad definitely knows the position in the corner, and that's going to result in a trade. With 1 left alive for Blackwatch, they take the round, and we keep things close. 3-3. Now I get to take a breath. Quickly take a gander at the overall KDs. 13-3 on Lego for days there. 7 and 4 from Jay Welsh. But positive over on Blackwatch, more so than Pantheon. Really, Lego almost carrying Pantheon through some of their wins here on this map. And that happens from time to time. One shooter really can stand out. Sometimes teams try and form around that, around a standout shooter. I don't believe that's the case here with Pantheon and Lego. But Lego definitely having a good round, and apologies for that camera issue as we go back into it for round number 7. We'll see what Blackwatch do on the attack, as they are, again, now just a round away from locking in their 3rd map of the day. Some pickups on that east side. Welch is going to continue to apply pressure onto this objective side, and we're not going to have any slow rounds here. Even this round 7 decider. The objective is well covered though, and Blackwatch are going to have a tough time breaking through some of these defensive lines from the likes of both Jester and Prof. Although, as I say that, Nomad rotates around to catch one. Park looks for the refrag, but nobody's home. An absent-minded Prof on the rotation could set up Pantheon for another W as Nomad just barely avoids their line of sight. Continues to apply the pressure. Park finds that kill. And now it's all up to Jay Welsh. Again, we've seen them clutch before. They go into the 1v2 with a lot of time left. Welch missing those shots onto Prof, can't rotate off, and a good kill, locking in Pantheon at least 1 map W as they take map number 3 from the hands of Blackwatch 4-3. And that is a solid series. 4-1 on map 1. Unfortunately for the likes of Pantheon, maybe they just weren't warmed up yet or ready for Blackwatch, but once we got into those last 2 maps, just a great bit of back and forth. I've been talking for a full hour and a half, so I am going to take a break. But again, I appreciate everyone tuning in and hanging out here today, catching the action. Shout out to both teams for playing quite well and delivering a great game to tune into. And with that, I'll be signing off. My name is Ben NightFiree with 2 E's. Thank you so much for hanging out and catching the action. If you haven't already, hit the follow button, as we'll have more games like this throughout the week and on the weekend. And so until next time, stay classy.